Welcome to Interview Tonight. The word of mouth is that they are the new flagship from Norway when it comes to hard rock. Tonight is all about the guys in Stargazer. We have guests joining us digitally from around the world, from France, from England, from Spain, and we have also a few videos to show you. Let's have a look.
For all you get. Turn off the lights, sweet dreams. Time to wake you up again. Into the night you'll see. Will I come to hell? Or is the fire waiting for me down below? Will I come to hell? Or is it nothing at the end of the road? Can you conceive it?
Wow, this really sets the mood for the evening, and welcome to you guys, William and Tor André.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How does it feel now to finally show people your new record?
It feels like it feels very good, and it feels like a relief. We have been working with this for many years now, and this is a third album out, and for every time it just keeps getting better, I think.
So it feels good.
It feels really good.
You can also ask the guys questions if you are following on Facebook or YouTube in the chat or on the messenger. They will answer the questions for you later. But tell me more about the first song really kickstarts the new record. Can you conceive it?
Yes, it's a kickstart. It starts with William's brilliant riff, and then I tend to scream a little bit in the beginning, and from there it's full pedal down the line.
Let's have a look.
City lights flash of the light.
So how does it feel now to sit here and see your own new video, William?
Well, it feels great, you know. As Tor said, you know, we've been working on this for quite a long time, and actually the record was finished last summer, so we've been waiting for the release, and you know, we used to watch, you know, videos of our favorite bands when we were younger, and it's kind of strange.
No, you're doing it yourself.
Exactly. So it feels really good.
Yeah. Torande, have you been working on the video? What plans did you have when you started?
With this exact video,
Yeah.
well, we had kind of, as always, it comes to a point when the video must be finished, and you have some limits, time, everything. So we didn't take too long time on this one, but we had this idea that it had to be something a little bit action to it, fast clipping and everything, fast changes through the song.
Yeah, and as with the song, it's like it's a kickstart.
Yeah, because it's if you read the text, it's kind of dramatic, actually. So things happen.
Yeah, and how does it feel to release your own music to the public air after working on it for so long?
How it feels to release it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's.
You know, this is your baby, and
Yeah, it
you
is,
can tell
and
people about
it's like sending your kids to school for the first time, and you hope everybody treats them well, and they do.
And we also have our first guest with us on Zoom. Welcome to you, James Whittle from Kaleido Rocks Radio.
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hello. Nice to chat to you boys again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah, the Wanderer sends his best.
All right, thank you.
Do you remember my cameraman in Manchester? He
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
wandering off.
All the best back to you guys.
Yeah. So, exciting times with the new album, but you know I'm not going to ask you anything mundane. Kaleido Rocks is all about the edgy side. Now, I know you told me that Sven was the naughty boy of the group. Okay.
That's true.
Did he have any input into any of the tracks? Are there any seedy tales associated with any of the tracks, or anything we can talk about at this time?
Excuse me, you have to say that one more time, please.
Okay. Sven is the naughty boy of the band. You told me that when we met up in Manchester. Did Sven have any lyrical input into any of the records? Are there any cool and dodgy tales behind any of the tracks? I'm fishing.
Yeah.
I'm fishing.
I bet Sven is inspiration for quite a few of those lyrics. You can see there's some explicit lyrics there, so Sven must have had something to do with it.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
I mean, personally, I know that Tori Andre, I Live My Dream is one that I know you like, and I know William's fond of Rock the Sky. Any others in particular on the album?
That we're fond of? Yeah.
Particularly fond of?
Particular.
That's always a hard question because it changes, you know. Some weeks I like that song and some weeks another song, but well, you know, it's Can You Conceive It, you know, I really like. It's a really good, you know, fast up-tempo song that kind of sets the pace for the whole album. So that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and for me it's well, we have it's like it's the song. It's always the song I tend to hear most or work most with. Now we are going to play "Don't Kill" live for the first time, actually tomorrow, and "Don't Kill" is a song that I really appreciate on this album, as all the others. So yeah.
Well, we're kicking off Kaleido Rocks with Rock the Sky in around 45 minutes' time. Right. So I won't be able to hang around for the whole show. Obviously, wishing you the best for the rest of the presentation. Good luck to the rest of the guests, and good luck with the album. Good sign so far. Lots of positive feedback from the listeners. People seem to like it. Can You Conceive It seems to be the big favourite so far. And I hope to catch up with you very soon.
Yes.
Thanks to you, James, for joining us tonight.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
So next up is a heartfelt ballad from the new album. We'll get the story behind it in a few minutes, but first, Heartbroken.
Heartbroken gives me pain. I cry in the rain, 'cause life will never ever be the same.
So this was Heartbroken, one of the 3 ballads on the album. And tell me how did it's really a heartbreaking song. What's the story behind it?
Yeah, it is heartbreaking actually. The story behind it is it's about losing the person very close to you. In this case, it's a song to our mothers, and and also fathers. But my mother passed away a couple of years ago, and so did Williams, and they were both too young to go out of time. So this was kind of emotional. And when working with this song, I didn't know when we began it, because William had the riff coming up with this da 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 down down, and we had this. We wanted to make like. We had this feeling of something Zeppelinsk kind of thing, bluesy, the slow themes, and then came the lyrics after, and as I wrote the lyrics and sung it, then it got me. Oh, it's for my mother.
So is it some kind of relief or therapy in writing songs?
Yeah, I guess so. So,
For you, William?
Yeah, you know, it's just it's not a typical power ballad. It's more like it has this heavy kind of riff, but it's the dynamic is really good. So and it has some different themes to it, and the different it's just a very special song for us, and I think it came out really good. I'm really happy about it.
But how is it to write ballads instead of the more like rocked out tunes? Does it sort of demand more from you? Do you have to give more of yourself?
Well, that's kind of a tough one, but it's all the songs are hard in their own way, but the ballads, sometimes the lyrics has to fit the song, really, really good. So sometimes it's hard, but sometimes it's easier too. It's all about being inspired.
And in 2019, Stargazer released the album "The Sky Is the Limit." The album got great reviews all over. A Classic Rock magazine wrote, "This is the new flagship in hard rock from Norway." Let's take a look at the first video from the album.
Thank
So that was Sky is the Limit from the Stargazer album with the same name, released in 2019. For newcomers, welcome to the show, and ask your questions if you want to in the Facebook chat or in the YouTube chat for the guys to answer later. But I wonder, there was a long wait for the 2019 album. What was it like? It took quite a few years.
Yeah, you know, we were just talking when we released Sky's the Limit. We just talked about we have to release an album faster this time. But then just after the record came out, the COVID hit everybody. So it just everything stopped, and there's no gigs and no promotion, nothing. So we just said, well, we have to go back in the studio and start working on a new album. And
so it's sort of like forced a new album again.
It did, and then it took a little bit longer than we thought.
But then it had been quite a few years since your first album.
Exactly.
So was the creativity somehow bigger, or?
Well, we got as you said before, we got really good reviews on the first album, the Sky's the Limit album. So we just I felt really confident and wanted to really make
you
another.
wanted more of that.
Yeah, exactly, and make it an even better record. So. That's the goal,
To always like pushing the limits.
Exactly. Sky's the limit. Yeah.
So I also think we have our next Zoom guest ready. Welcome to you, Mark Fasio from United Rock Nations. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Absolutely. Thank you very much for inviting me for this interview. It's a great album. Thanks for this beautiful music. When I listened for the first time the new album, I was impressed by the variety of musical influences. Listening to the song, you can listen to the powerful heavy metal riffs, amazing vocal melodies. So I have two questions about the new album, of course. The first one is, I love a lot the acoustic ballad, Live Today. So it's a special song because it's different from the other songs of the album. So tell us more about the way you write this song, about the writing sessions, about this song.
Yeah, I can say something about that. And thank you, by the way. It was you can feel it's different from the other songs, and that's quite true because I wrote this on the acoustic guitar to begin with, and it was during lockdown, quite early into the lockdown, and I myself felt kind of depressed actually, and because everything we were going to do with the Sky's the Limit and everything, it felt like everything fell apart for a moment there. So I think I wrote it like more to comfort those around me and myself to find something to hold on to and look forward to, because this has to end sometime. We didn't know it were going to last 2 years, but we got through it, and so the song came across quite. I wrote it kind of quick. There, and then I sent it to William, and I thought this is not a Stargazer song, and I sent it to William, and I think he must have heard it quite quickly because he called me after 3.5 minutes and he said, "Tore, that's a great song. It's got to be on the album." And, wait a minute, what are you talking about? This song?
And the guitar solo is amazing on this song, William.
Thank you. It was exactly like Tore said, and then to make it more like a Stargazer song, I had to add a couple of things, and I was a middle section before the solo, and then my guitar solo. So, with a mixture of his ideas and mine, we kind of came up with the song, and, it's very special for us too. It has a different vibe to it.
Absolutely.
A lot of the great, songs from the 70s were, made by using acoustic guitars, so it fits the album, I think.
Fantastic. The second question is for Tore André. Sometimes your singing reminds me Rick Ahmed from the band Triumph. I don't know if you know this band. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but what are the singers that most influenced you?
What singer was it you said?
Rick Emmett from the band Triumph.
From Triumph. Oh yeah, thank you. That's I appreciate that.
Sometimes
I listen a lot to Triumph. Yeah.
Sometimes your singing sounds like Rick, the singer of Triumph. So, what are your main influences?
Well, there's quite a few, but and it has been periods. I've listened to this singer and then that one, and I guess it's like this with the most singers, finding inspiration. But I think I can't go without Robert Plant, of course.
Of course.
Which hard rock singer hasn't him on the list? Check, Robert Plant. And also there is one I listened very much to in my early teens and late teens, Steven Tyler. It was something about his attitude and everything. So, and he got me more off on the 70s stuff, actually. So it was so raw. And then you have singers like, of course, I cannot forget to mention Ronnie James Dio. Of course, David Coverdale. He's sure had an impact. There's a lot of names on this list, so I can but I can stop there.
So thank you very much. Thank you for this beautiful album. We hope you the best, of course, for this new album.
Thank you for joining us, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Very good.
So we have to talk about the location we're in Alvdal. You did produce a couple of videos here, and I heard that most of the people don't even think the locations are real.
Exactly.
Why did you choose to come here to do the videos?
Couple of reasons. For once, it was the producer. The director comes from around the area. Hey. And that's where we are right now. Exactly. And the other reason was that we wanted to make kind of spectacular video from a spectacular scenery, and then he came in with this idea. How about Jutulhogge?
Yeah, because this was originally a backup location, I think. And let's have a look from the Sky is the Limit album. Let's have a look on I'm the One.
There's a fire burning inside. I don't know if I can hold back any longer. Maybe it's time to let go.
Every day is a
So that was I'm the One. And guys, we have to talk more about the location in Alvdal. Why did you choose it?
Well, actually, we didn't know about this location, either me or Tor Andre, but Sven, the producer, was talking about it. So we just watched some videos, and some pictures from there, and said, yeah, that's the location we should do it. So and then, when we got up there, we decided, actually we had to carry all equipment up there on the mountain by ourselves. So it took a whole day just to get things set up for the filming and everything. So.
Because this is the biggest canyon in Northern Europe. Did you even know? I guess you passed by the road several times through your life. Did you know it was there?
No, we didn't know. Either of us didn't know. So it was quite a surprise.
But what was the original plan for the video?
Well, it was actually a mountain close by here called Tronfjellet, which is a really high mountain with a spectacular view. But it was so hard to find a day with a good weather. So we had to find the plan B, to get. So
instead, you carried all your gear to the edge of a canyon.
Exactly.
Seems like a sane thing to do, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but everything for rock and roll.
Yeah, and you also you actually made 2 videos here. Let's have a look at some of the behind the scenes takes.
Yeah.
Varsågod! Every day is a sweet reminder of a time I can't forget, searching for a precious diamond, forever it may take. It was an illusion. Can you remember it? So now you're leaving, and I can't even say goodbye. What were we thinking? We even thought we could make it.
Begynner vi nå, eller hva er det som skjer?
Ja, nå begynner vi.
Ok.
Comes a time when you don't know what to say or do to make things right for you.
I have lost a little time just to find a little faith, and a million other ways gonna get me through the days. I'll pay one of my dues again just to see you going down, my friends. At the end of the day, have I lost my way? Take me home, home. Am I going too far? Taking too long. I'm coming home, back to you.
So guys, the final result is quite stunning. But how did you practically do it? Did you have to tie people to the edge or something? I've heard rumors that you did.
Well, actually, it was kind of scary for everybody, but for one of us, when Sven were filming, we had to tie him to the mountain actually with a rope, because he was so close to the edge. I was on the edge, and he had to be even further out. So that's right, we had to tie him up.
So it takes quite a nerve to do something like that.
It does.
Doesn't it? But will you do that one more time, or is it kind of like, okay, we're done with heights for now?
Well, Sven is a perfectionist, so if he wasn't pleased, we did it one more time. So that happens a lot of times.
But you also have plans for more locations around here. We're still waiting for just some good weather, I guess.
Yeah.
And the next video was the first version and has never been published before. So there's a little different from the one you have seen before. Let's see how it turned out. Here is So Now You're Leaving.
Klar? Kanskje han stoppa på rundt på... Ok, vær så god. Går det rekord nå?
Comes a time when you don't know what to say or do to make things right for you. Your closest friend turns out an enemy. You are putting your defenses on. You never really asked for trouble. It has its way of coming anyway. You sometimes wish you could go back in time, changing accidents and yesterday's crimes. So now you're leaving, and I can't even say goodbye. What were we thinking? I really wanted to bring it on, but everything just came out wrong. I always thought I'd be loving you. No, I'm not sure, but I guess I always do. Your hand in mine, we should walk on down the line. Never care what the others may say. Your hand in mine, we walked the line. It was an illusion. Can you remember it? So now you're leaving. I can't even say goodbye. What were we thinking?
With the spectacular images from Jutelhage here in Ardar, we are now moving back to the new album, Life Will Never Be the Same. We're going to have a chat about the production process, but first, have a look at this.
Samme der også. Live my. Der, ja. That's it.
So that was a short glimpse into the writing and the production process. What was it like, guys? Where do you begin with a new album? Does it like rain down on you?
We collect. We have the iPhones are quite handy, and they are often in use. So IDs and everything when we're. I can be running up in the hills and there's an ID, so I have to up with my phone and in with it. And I think for William as well, quite a few ideas pops up, and we gather.
Yeah.
But do you have a lot of songs to choose from, and then you have to like kill your darlings, sort of?
Well, that's normally we might maybe write around 20 songs, for the next album, maybe more. But then, it's kind of the stomach feel, as we say in Norway. It's all about feeling the right thing about the right song and what song to choose for the album, and it has to be kind of aligned, from the first to the last song. So.
But how do you cooperate on the songs and on the album? Do you write everything together, or do you write separate parts? One writes the tune, the other the lyrics. How do you work together?
It's it's like it's not the same approach all the way. Sometimes William has a whole demo, almost like on a song, and he can too write lyrics, and I can come in and adjust and put on stuff, and we change things around a little bit, and then other times I can have just a little piece of a tune, and how about this, and William adds something, and we throw things in the wall and see what hangs there after. And so I think we have kind of but together we are very good at killing darlings. That's very important when we're working with this. There's no darling when talking about music. That's so important, you can't kill it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And do you always like agree on what's worth getting rid of, or?
That's a quite common question everybody asks us, but we seem to have a very good relationship when it comes to writing songs, and because he knows my strengths and I know his strengths, and together we create magic. We try, it's all about working together and try to get the best out of it all the time.
And then there's all the afterwork after the writing and the playing. And I think we have a special guest for you somewhere around here.
Oh,
You don't say? Oh,
I think it's someone you're quite familiar with.
that's our man.
all right.
Hey, Søren.
Gentlemen. Hey, gentlemen. Hey,
Hey,
gentlemen.
sir. Oh, nice.
Nice to see you.
Copenhagen. Copenhagen.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. All right.
What a beautiful ride you guys are on. After 2 albums with me on board, I can see you guys are flying and it's elevating and the reviews are good, and you know, to be a part of this little project, very cool, very cool.
Thank you, sir. And we're so, we're so lucky that we can work with you. It's been just fantastic from day one. You know.
Likewise. And I was just thinking this morning when I was getting ready for this, William, how did you heard of me?
Well,
Where did that come from?
Well, it was actually through YouTube, because I'm always watching, yes, I'm always watching, guitar videos and all kinds of stuff, and I remember watching this Danish guy, he was just, having this really nice demos of his, studio and his equipment, and he was actually a really good player too. So I started checking him out, and and I found out he was the guitar player of Glenn Hughes. And I checked out some of your productions, and I said, well, I think this guy is the right one for us. He seems to be on top of it all the time. So that's how it came up.
And there's one little coincidence in there, and that was because I was in Copenhagen, and I had some time off, and I called home to William and I asked him, because we had this, the Sky's the Limit album almost ready, and we have been talking about getting out of Norway with it, and I said to William, don't you know anyone in Copenhagen I can talk to? And then your name came right up. And I sent a mail to Medley Studios, and that weekend I didn't get the answer, of course not.
Nobody replied.
But approximately 14 days later, a very nice mail came to us, and from there the adventure began.
Good.
Exactly.
Very cool, very cool.
So, Søren, what is it like working with these guys?
It's very, very warm and very familiar. That's the first thing. We connected pretty quick, and it's something you can't predict when you connect with people, but we did. But I was also aware of the quality in the music, because William was my contact person, and he sent me some of the rough demos, and I could hear the voice, Tora's voice, and I could hear the songwriting, and I could hear the guitar player. Was all up there, like proper good players. And so I was like, I hope the rest of the songs are as good as the first 3 I heard, because if that's the case, I think we have an album. And I did the premixes, which means I set up everything, and the boys came down for a week, 5 days. What was that, the first 4 days?
Exactly.
And then we start tweaking, and pretty much not a single argument, only ideas and positive creativity. And again, we come from the same piece of wood. And in terms of music, that means we understand when it's too much, and we also understand when it's too little. And I don't know, it's just one of those collaborations where you feel that this is going to be a great week. This is going to be fine. And you walk out of the door, you have 13 songs mixed and mastered, and you put it out and you go, hopefully somebody's going to hear it. And apparently we did something good. What do you think, boys? We did something right.
Something really good. Yeah.
I totally agree. And, as you said, working with Søren was a very pleasant thing for us, because when you write songs and do this kind of things, it's very personal for you. you don't want anybody to ruin it. You know, so he just, you know, came in with that fresh heart, you know, and, you know, encouraged us to, you know, give it all and, you know.
Like, he respects your
Yeah,
limits.
he's, you know, we started talking about guitar playing and singers, and, you know, it all came together. It was just very relaxed, and because we were kind of, you know, a little bit afraid of what are these Danish people going to do with us? Are they going to ruin our songs? But, you know, but after the first meeting with Søren, he was just laughing. He was like, relax, guys, we can do this, you know. This is fun.
Yeah.
And remember when you put the faders up, you said, this is fantastic. And then, oh, okay. So let's do this.
Another thing that I need to add to this conversation is that Thor and William, they know what they're doing. When you get files and something is recorded by themselves, you go, oh, this can be bad or good, but you know, they're both really musical people, and William knows what's going on in Pro Tools. So it was a great journey to open up the files, but then again, it all comes down to the songs and the singer and the players, and I'm just a bit proud of being, you know, now I'm sitting here in Denmark. I got my own business and I'm taking care of my own work, but I follow these boys on Facebook and I see they're going out on a big tour with Tate, and I go, fuck, I was a part of this. Great. You know what? That's the secret member, if that makes any sense.
Well, you're big time.
You're still a part of this, and you will always be.
And we'll be coming down pretty soon again, Søren.
I'll
tell you.
You have to.
We have plans.
Yep, we have plans.
We have plans. I think you guys are playing Denmark in May. Is that true?
Yes. That's right.
Well, there you go. It takes a couple of years to build it up, but that's how it works.
Exactly.
You put out an album, you put out another album, and you put out a third album, and
Yep.
slowly starts to flower.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us tonight, Søren, and enjoy your evening in Denmark. We're moving on to...
Thank you, Søren. See you.
Thank you.
I have to hear like the beginning of it, because you've known each other for ages, but how did you meet, and how did it, William?
Well, you know, it's actually quite a few years ago, yes. I think it was back in 2005. And I have heard about this great singer from Orkanger, which is a city close to where I grew up. And but I never met him. I just heard about him. And a friend of mine had a band actually at that time with Thor singing. And they needed a new guitar player, so they asked me to come and audition. And I said, well, yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm up for it. And you know, we decided on some songs, and I came to Thor's place and, you know, said hello and let's do some jamming. And that's how the history started.
Yeah, and as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully.
Several years later, here you are.
Exactly.
And I've also heard there was some singing competition involved, wasn't it?
A singing competition?
Yeah. Someone ranked you one of the greatest voices or something. Yeah.
Historien med deg og sønnen din.
Oh yeah, right. It was on. You think about this? Was it this Tons of Rock competition?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, me and my son were singing. Yeah, that was back in 2017. Me and my son had a funny video together. We were singing to a song by a famous Norwegian band called Black Debbath. It's quite it's a comedy band, playing Sabbath music with very funny Norwegian lyrics. And but this was an English song, and we sang it on this contest. My son and I put in a video, and we won the whole shit. And yeah,
and here we are with a third album now.
Exactly.
and the cooperation seems to have worked out fine. It was a match made in heaven, as you say, isn't it?
It was.
Well, I think it is. Yeah.
So next up is another tune from the 2019 album, Sentimental Guy.
Are you a sentimental chase to its end at last. Do you love it when they go for happy endings? Do you have a hero inside? Save the world just before you die. A child gaze at the stars tonight, believing this is still in the beginning. Remember who you leave behind. You'd love to see it when the underdog is winning, but it's all too much to me. I am so easily touched, you see. Everlasting innocence, do you believe in heaven sent? The light that goes in your children's eyes. Why can't we just build a paradise? The good and evil standing on the ledge, making choice on a cutting edge. Wanna be good, but I'm feeling bad. Is it true that we lost what we had? What we Everlasting innocence, do you believe in heaven sent? The light that goes in your children's eyes. Why can't we just build a paradise? The good and evil standing on the ledge, making choice on a cutting edge. Wanna be good, but I'm feeling bad. Is it true that we lost what we had? What we
That was a sentimental guy, and I think we already have a new guest with us, don't we? Welcome to you, Polo Lara from Rock in Spain.
Right.
Hello. Thank you, Liv.
Hello.
We're doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great here in Spain. Not nice weather, you know, so everything is okay. Nice to talk with you, Tore and William. Thanks for the chance. So congratulations for the new album. Life will never be the same.
Thank you.
So my question is about, I think it's an album with a lot of sentimental charge, you know, the title, some songs, for example, Live Today, Take Me Home, Live My Dream, or Heartbreaker. So can we say all that we passed with the pandemic inspired in some forms the lyrics and the feeling of the album?
What about the lyrics? If you can say something about the lyrics of the album?
Yes, all that would happen with the pandemic, you know, in some way inspire the album.
Yes,
music,
yes, it
the
has
lyrics.
really the pandemic period. Yes, it has inspired the album. Again, that's true because the title itself on the album is reflecting a little bit on that period, but not only on that, because some things happened in our personal lives that made both both tragic things and good things happens, and it's like this. So the title came out of. If you listen to the song "Heartbroken," you can hear hear the lyric there. There came the work title for the album, and when we're going to put the title on the album at the end, we found that. But this reflects kind of that we are moving towards something better in one way, and we also have lost something on our way. And many things have happened in the world, and there are wars and there are things happening, and so in many aspects, life will never be the same. And and we think that we are on a journey with Stargazer, and that way, in a positive way, life will never be the same as well. So there are many ways to see it.
Okay. The second question is about the difference between the last album, "The Sky is the Limit," because it was in the 2019, and later comes all this crazy stuff about the COVID, and now you have a new album. So, which principal difference do you find from the process of the creation of these two albums, from the Sky is the Limit and the new one?
Yeah, you can say something about that, William.
Well, I think we have, first of all, we have grown as songwriters. I think this is an album that has no fillers as we see it, and we're really pleased with the album. And I think it has more line to it. You know, everything's connected on this one, both the lyrics and the songs. And I think it's something we're always trying to get a Stargazer sound. You know, we want to get recognized for something special, and I think we have getting closer to that with this album. So it's just something we're working on every day. You know, just to make music and and get the next record even better. That's the goal all the time. Yeah.
Cool. So we have time. The next question is about the creativity process. When you start thinking or writing about new songs or about lyrics, who is the one who makes the process, or is a process with all the band together?
The process is so far it's always been William and I together in this process, and we always produce the songs together, but we can have ideas on we can, as I said, we can have almost whole songs by ourselves, but we always put them together, and we are always open for the other one's opinions on the song, and to put elements in or take away elements that should be, and we trust the judgment of each other in such respect that we when we come out with a final result of a song, it has been. It's funny how satisfied we have become every time, knowing that we had things in there we really loved, but we just took it away because it's better for the whole. So
okay,
yeah.
So just to finish now, what's your favorite song, Tori? You, William, you have any favorite song in this album?
The favorite song on the album?
Yeah.
Well, as I said before, it's a tough question, but I really like "Rock the Sky." I kind of really like the groove and the mood of that one, and also "Heartbroken" is it's very special for me, and the opening track "Can You Conceive It," which has a really it's a much higher tempo, and it's just a lot of energy, and it kind of starts out the album. It shows that we really are in for it. So yeah.
Cool. About you, Toy?
I was just asked that question, and then I said "Don't Kill," and this changes every time. So now I want to say another song.
Okay.
I still have "Don't Kill" there, but I was always thinking about "Turn Off the Light," because it is a period where, when you're waiting for the album to come, that you. Especially me, I don't listen to the album that much in that period, and when it comes and you can put on the CD or the LP and hear it all together, and then when Turn Off the Lights came out, I was like, wow. Did it become so good? So it's like that sometimes you have to put it away a little bit, and then you find new favorites. And if you ask me tomorrow or in 30 minutes, I say something else.
Okay. So thank you, guys. Cheers from Spain.
Thank you so much for joining us, Paulo.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Yep.
See you around.
See you around.
Thank you, Liv.
So we've talked about it a little bit, but Tor André, what has inspired you musically? You mentioned a few vocalists and singers, but what kind of music did you grow up with? What inspired you?
Yes, good question. I grew up with my mom's record collection. It was Elvis, it was Beatles, it was Shadows, and she had I remember she had a rock and roll collection and that was 50s and 60s hits and things like that. And I always started to listen to the backbeat songs, to the things with cool rhythm, and that always appealed to me. So when I discovered heavy metal, I just skipped the part where I discovered David Bowie and Peter Gabriel, because they were the first really idols to me. I was just 8 or 9 years old, and I had posters of David Bowie all around the room, and
and then you moved on.
I moved on, but I kept him with me. Then came in the early teens. I don't think I was teen even, maybe 11 years. Came a band about Mötley Crüe. We had a cassette. My sister's friend, she had this Mötley Crüe, Shout at the Devil. We had more little boys. We played it loud, and then we watched this rock mag with the pictures of Mötley Crüe. Oh my God, we want to look like them. We didn't look at them like ladies, you know. And from there it just took off. Then came Wasp, then came Twisted Sister, then came Dio, Ozzy, Van Halen, Led Zeppelin. I discovered a little bit later, and then I understood good music was made before. So yeah.
And Stargazer just came back from a tour with the great Jeff Tate from Queenstrike, and he had a special request.
It's a big one too, like double album, huh? All right, thank you. That's awesome.
A beautiful record.
How many records do you guys have now?
We have 3 so far.
3 so far. Oh, nice. Good.
First in 2009, and then one in 2019, and now this one.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
Is the material that you're playing on this tour? Is it on this record?
Yeah.
Oh.
This and the previous.
Oh, okay.
And from the Sky's Limit from 2020.
Cool.
So,
Life will never be the same.
that's pretty sure.
That's a great title. Well, thank you. And thanks for being on the tour. It's great having you guys.
Thanks for having
So, Tor André, you've been a huge Queenstrike fan also for years. How did it feel to give Jeff Tate your signed album?
Oh my God! I didn't come to Queenstrike because I mentioned all the other bands, but Queenstrike definitely been and Geoff Tate has been a huge influence. And then we got this opportunity to play on tour with him. That's a big opportunity in itself, and it was a really, really good tour for us. And on the end of this tour. We hadn't seen much of Geoff on the tour actually, but in the end of the tour, he came to us and he told us how much he loved the band, and he told us he had listened to us every night, and he said that our songs were good, we were really good live, and all that, and he asked us, "Is it possible that I can get a signed album?"
Did you see yourself doing that, like when you were 14, 15 years old?
No.
but
so you should have seen the little guys backstage then, because then we became teenagers again. We were like,
like chuckling.
Where's the album? Where's the album?
So what's the plan for upcoming gigs and tours?
Well, there's one coming up tomorrow, which is quite nearby in Tynset. We're really looking forward to that. So this is kind of a really good promotion for that one. And then there's quite a few gigs actually. There's one coming in as we're going to go down to Copenhagen to see Søren and play at a festival called Nordic Noise. Is planned, and then there's one gig in June in Sheffield, UK. It's going to be exciting, a festival with quite a few famous names. And
but it's quite a distance from Tynset to Sheffield.
That's right. It's quite a distance from Tynset to Royal Albert Hall too. So.
but you're getting closer.
Yeah, I'm getting closer. So, and then we're gonna have like a rock the boat kind of a cruise, which is gonna be from Oslo to Copenhagen in September. So there's some more, Norwegian dates too. So we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I think we have a new Zoom guest with us, don't we? Welcome Steve Swift from Power Play magazine.
Hello.
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 Greetings from Britain. How you doing, gentlemen? You okay?
Yeah, okay.
You
How about
too?
you?
I'm all right.
Great
it's
having
great
you
to
on the
see
show.
you. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for inviting me on this this Stargazer extravaganza.
Ooh.
Marvelous. And I'm really pleased to be here because the album's great, and I've been writing for Power Play magazine for almost 20 years now, and it's a lot of albums to review. And every month I get a batch of albums, and sometimes they're and this one was and it's a great piece of classic rock, but there's more in it than that. There's I hear bits of Sabbath and bits of AOR, and there's great rangy solos, and that scream, extraordinary. And so thank you very much. Great album, and I feel like Geoff in that the title of the album, Life Will Never Be the Same. It sounds like it's a really confident, confidence in the music. You didn't call it "We think this is okay" or "We hope you like it." And, it's a great piece of work. So I just wanted to ask, when you were making the album, did you think in the studio, this one is a bit special? Were you looking at each other thinking, "Oh, this is great"?
Well, that happens. That happened on this album. I think, after the Sky's the Limit album, we had quite a confidence actually, because a lot of people were liking what we did. Doing the classic rock kind of thing, and it's not about inventing the wheel for us. It's about the carrying the tradition of the classic rock. So when we started recording this album, the ideas came really fast. Actually, we didn't spend too much time on writing those songs. It's just took more time to put it all together, as the songs came up, and the titles came up, we kind of, there's something about this album, I was telling Tori every day, we have to work harder and, get the most out of it, and I think this is good stuff, and it's gonna gonna, give us even more fans. That was the thing I was thinking.
Oh, absolutely. And I suppose that you've worked with each other for so long now that it's getting easier for you. You know what you both like, and you can take it to the next level, which you certainly have with this album.
Thank you.
And just to finish off, I want to ask you: are you looking forward to Sheffield? Because that's around the corner from me, so I might well be there.
Whoa!
I really hope so. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we hope we can get a real tour in England in a not too long time. So we hope for that.
Exactly.
I mean, the way the album's doing, I feel sure that will happen. And thank you so much for letting me come on here and chat with you, and have a great time. Onwards and upwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
See you
joining
around
us,
then.
Steve.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So the first single from the new album was "Live My Dream." When your first single is due to release, what would go through your mind? Like, shit, now someone's going to hear this for the first time outside of the studio.
The first time
when you released the first single, like, this is the
yeah,
first shot.
What we were thinking about the response.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
What do you feel when you put the single out there, and do you wait and?
Yeah, it's kind of
anxious feeling.
Yeah, because you can be as confident as hell if you like, but what if they don't get it? Mm-hmm. What if they don't care? You get all those strange thoughts, but then again, when it gets out there, it happens so fast. So you don't think too long about that. So, but you have these thoughts. You have a little anxiousness when you put out things, and like a new tune out, it's like ripping a part of you and sending it out.
Hoping someone picks it up.
Yeah. So yeah.
So let's have a look at "Live My Dream."
Mm-hmm.
Leads me on and leads
So that was Live the Dream, and William, master of goosebump-inducing guitar solos. Are you living the dream? No?
Yes, this is part of my dream. Since I was, 13, 14 years old, I've dreamt about, making my own music and get it out to the people and, just being on stage and enjoying the moment and entertaining people.
Tor André, are you living the dream?
Yeah, I think so. It feels like it when we see the reaction to all the people, all the comments from people we know and people we don't know at all, and from the media. This long list of reviews that are just amazing, and standing in the middle of it and thinking, yeah, I think I have dreamt about this.
When I was 15?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're going to wrap things up from Arvdal. Remember, tomorrow there's the concert at the Tynset Vaskeriet, for those of you that are in the vicinity. Thanks to Stargazer, thanks to all our Zoom guests, and thank you to the audience. And guys, do you want to send some last greetings before we call it night?
Yes, we want to thank Mighty Music for believing in us, supporting us, and making all this great, our record company, for providing all this good promotion. And we also want to thank Tron TV for this amazing TV show you are making, and others we have to mention.
Yeah, our families, our kids and our wives, and supporting us all the time, and
quite patient.
And yeah, they're patient, very patient.
We haven't been there, hasn't it been for them? So.
And Søren Andersen, as he was on the show and Medley Studios, and all the fans we have gathered, over the years, and Geoff Tate and his band, and the music business in general. So we're ready to rock, and we're gonna continue making the music we love. It's the most, make the music you love. That's our kind of saying,
Yeah, and that's the spirit. So
that's the spirit.
Thank you to all of you that has been following us from Arvdal. Remember the concert tomorrow in Tynset if you can go, and thank you and good night.